Hey, you guys, what if your last few weeks of classes could be fun, focused, and best of all, totally free? Well, hey, y'all, I'm Kristen Moore, your host here on the Modern Math Teacher Podcast, and welcome back to today's episode. We are officially in the home stretch, and this kind of year just has me feeling all the feels and all the vibes with different songs. And this week is brought to you by Free and Easy. Down the road I go from Dirk Bentley. That has been in my head. And that is why I wanted to share some free and easy tips for you, my teacher friends, because the weather is warming up and the energy is, well, chaotic, right, at best. And so somehow we're still trying to teach actual math to our students who are mentally already on summer break. And if we're being honest, so are we, right? So if that's the vibe in your classroom right now, you are totally in the right place because today I have three totally free, totally fun, still rigorous math activities that are going to save your sanity and still give your students something meaningful to do. And the best part, they are low prep, they are hands on, and did I mention they're 100% free because they are, my friends. These are three of my favorite end of the year freebies for Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 teachers, and even 8th grade math. You can handle this too. And while they are short and sweet, they do tie directly into the key standards you're probably reviewing anyway. So if you're up for it, let's dive in and share the three freebies. Okay. First up is a fan favorite. It is Paper Airplane Math. Guys, this one blends just enough chaos with just enough math to be the perfect May activity for you. Here's how it works. Your students are going to design and fly three different paper airplanes and test each one by flying them across. There we go. Across the room, the hallway, the gym, outside, whatever it is you need, okay? You decide, okay? They're going to collect the flight data and use that to graph both linear and quadratic equations that model their launches. So not only are they getting a literal break from their seats, they're also reviewing key concepts like writing and interpreting linear functions, identifying and graphing quadratic curves and parabolas, and comparing how these equations change based on their plane's design. And to up the ante and have a little bit more fun with it, you can run this as a whole class challenge. You could run it as a small group task or even a station. And yes, again, this is totally free and linked here in the show notes. Grab it now using the link below and start this in your classroom today. Okay, so that is task one, linear and quadratic combo with paper airplanes. Task number two is the brand new mini paper rocket activity. This was created based on feedback from people who love the rocket project, but were still like, ooh, I don't know about phase one. What can I do with that? And so I decided to create this as its own mini project in and of itself. It is a bite sized version of the full rocket project, and it is gold for reviewing quadratic graphing. All you need is paper, a straw, and some tape. Okay. Students are going to build a small paper rocket. They're going to launch it across the room with that straw. Okay. And then they're going to graph the height versus the time of their launch. They're going to identify the vertex, the intercepts, the domain, the range, the max height. It is hands on, it is visual, and it gives you a great opportunity to assess conceptual understanding without having another packet of test prep. Okay. Nobody wants that. Okay. I love using this as a one day activity and letting my students compete for like the longest flight, the furthest flight, whatever it is you want to do. It is fun and it is sneakily rigorous. And I love me being a little bit sneaky. Okay. Again, totally free. You're going to find the link to that in your show notes. This one is great for quadratics, graphing quadratics, parabolas, anything, and everything included with that. And the last one is actually one that at the time of recording is still being cooked up on my computer here, but it is live by the time that this goes on air because otherwise that'd be crazy. It is a stained glass mini project. Okay. So just like it's bite sized for the rocket project, here is a bite sized stained glass mini project, which is perfect for slope and linear equations review. Here's the gist. Students are given a design with some different slopes that they're going to have to create, and each one of these is going to create a different design. They're going to graph each line and color the spaces to create some beautiful, meaningful, lovely stained glass art in a window. These are four smaller ones than the one in the full project. It's calming, it's creative, and it really helps reinforce positive and negative slopes and graphing with precision. Okay. Really, really understanding the way that slope changes points on a graph. Super great. Perfect as like a sub plan, a quiet Friday activity, or a one day reset in the middle of a wild and crazy week. And goodness knows, May is filled with those. Again, perfectly, there we go. Okay. Free, brand new. Head to the show notes to grab it. Okay. So, something you can do, you can combo all of these together, stack them, stacks on stacks on stacks, friends. You can absolutely use each one of these as a standalone review activity, or you can stack them together. You could do something like a station rotation day where each freebie becomes one station. Boom, full class period covered. They're gonna go build some airplanes in one, while other students are shooting rockets in another, and others are creating stained glass in a third. All students are hands-on. It's all hands on deck. It's a good, fun station rotation activity for the day. You could also use this as a sub-day pack. Prep all 3 of these in a folder, and you've got a full sub plan that is actually math for your students to actually do, okay? And it's the kind of math they're gonna wanna do. You could do this as independent projects. Let students choose one to complete, and then they present on it, present their findings. So whichever topic they want, kind of fun. You can also use it for last week of school activities. These are really great for like, I'm done teaching new content, but I still have to be in school. Or if you are in one of those schools where you still have class after finals, perfect for that. Okay. So no matter how you use them, these free activities are going to help your students see how math applies beyond the textbook. And we know that we always want to get out into the real world. And they're going to help you breathe just a little easier at this time of the year. So to recap, guys. Today is a day. That's okay. To recap, you get 3 free rigorous low prep activities: paper airplane math, which is great for graphing linear and quadratic equations; mini rocket launch, perfect for graphing and analyzing quad functions; and the stained glass mini project for reviewing slope and linear graphs with a creative twist. Grab all 3 of these here in the show notes, linked below. That's a wrap. Go ahead and let's keep this end of the school year feeling free and easy, having fun that is still rigorous. All right, you guys. Until next time, keep your sanity, keep your change, and as always, keep it real.